If you've spent any time in the prepping, outdoors or historical gear world, you've probably heard every modern creator preach about buying the latest titanium multi-tool. But before you drop another shilling on gear you might not even need, let me tell you something that seasoned soldiers already perfected 80 years ago. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, because on this channel we don't just talk gear. We dissect the historical roots of survival wisdom that actually works. Now, let's begin with a truth that soldiers in World War II understood far better than most modern preppers today. Sometimes the simplest tool is the unbeatable one. The intro most people never hear is that World War II soldiers relied on simplicity, not gadgetry. Let's start with the reality of field conditions in the 1940s. Soldiers didn't have the luxury of bulky pouches, designer multi-tools, or fancy alloys. What they had needed to be durable, lightweight, repairable, and easy to wield under stress. That forced them to innovate in ways most modern survivalists overlook. And one of the smartest, most overlooked pocket hacks came from this environment: the World War II pocket repair kit, often built around a single sharpened steel spike or awl tucked inside a compact tin. This wasn't marketed as a multi-tool. No theatrics, no over-design. It was simply a pointed steel tool and a few essentials: thread, waxed linen cord, a couple of needles, and sometimes a tiny bit of beeswax. Yet soldiers could do more with that simple kit than many people today can do with a $150 multi-tool. The real hack is understanding why a simple steel awl outperforms modern multi-tools in actual field tasks. Here's where it gets interesting. Modern multi-tools try to do everything and end up doing many things poorly. A World War II field awl or spike did one thing exceptionally well. It punched through material, and by doing that, it unlocked more capabilities than most people realize. When you can pierce holes through canvas, leather, webbing, cloth, wood and thin metal, you suddenly gain the ability to repair almost anything. Soldiers use this tool for gear maintenance, emergency repairs, uniform fixes, ammunition pouch reinforcement, making makeshift straps, tent patching, and even binding field-expedient splints. The same single tool allowed them to lash, stitch, rivet, and reinforce objects that would otherwise fail under stress. That kind of reliability is priceless. Try pushing a dull multi-tool can opener or screwdriver through wet leather or thick canvas under pressure. It's clumsy at best and dangerous at worst. A simple, hardened awl with a wrapped handle gives you controlled force with accuracy, a concept modern gear designers frequently underestimate. The hack matters today because field repairs remain more valuable than field gadgets. This is where the historical lesson becomes extremely relevant. Modern preppers tend to focus on acquisition rather than retention. But every World War II soldier understood that the tool you already have is worthless if it breaks, tears, or fails. And the only way to prevent that is being able to repair your gear anywhere. The spike and thread kit allowed soldiers to repair torn rucksacks, broken straps, ripped ponchos, and compromised sheaths in minutes. That simple ability often prevented bigger failures later in the field. A modern equivalent would be fixing your backpack strap miles away from a trailhead, reinforcing a boot when the stitching splits, or patching a shelter tarp mid-storm. The awl doesn't just repair, it preserves your entire kit's usability. Try this in practice. Take a thick leather belt and pierce a new hole using a modern multi-tool. Then try it with a dedicated awl. The difference is night and day. The soldier's tool is quicker, cleaner, safer, and more precise. Serious historians appreciate how the tool also doubled as a manufacturing aid in the field. Another overlooked benefit is that the awl allowed soldiers to create things, not just repair them. Need a new strap? Punch holes through canvas webbing, run cordage through, reinforce with stitching, and you've got a working component. Need to improvise a sheath? Fold heavy cloth, stitch with wax thread, reinforce the edge, and suddenly a dangerous loose blade becomes manageable. Need to bind 2 pieces of wood? Bore pilot holes and tighten cord or wire without splitting the material. You could consider it the 1940s version of a portable workshop. Again, one simple tool, endless function, because it let the user shape the world around them. A multi-tool gives you many small gadgets. A World War II awl gives you actual capability. This pocket hack also teaches an overlooked mindset shift modern preppers tend to forget. At its core, the World War II pocket spike wasn't about the tool itself. It was about the mindset of adaptability. Soldiers didn't wait for the perfect gadget because they knew it didn't exist. They learned that mastery of a simple, durable tool was worth more than carrying 0.5 kilogram of stainless steel mechanisms. This mindset still applies, you know. If you understand how to stitch, punch, bore, bind and reinforce using basic materials, you can solve problems that gear alone just can't. You can repair, create, and adapt. That skill, honestly, will outperform high-tech gear every single time. So, next time you're tempted by a multi-tool that folds out into 12 half-useful appendages, ask yourself what a World War II soldier would say. They'd tell you to carry something that actually improves your ability to maintain your gear and teaches you a skill along the way. This knowledge becomes powerful only when you actually apply it in your own kit. If you want the World War II advantage today, build a modern version of that kit. A strong steel awl, wax thread, a couple of needles, and a strip of cloth or tape to wrap it. Spend 10 minutes practicing punching and stitching through leather or canvas. Learn a saddle stitch. Try reinforcing a strap. Patch a hole. Build muscle memory. After a few attempts, you'll understand why this simple hack outperforms multi-tools in every practical, field-relevant way. And, more importantly, you'll be carrying the same knowledge that helped soldiers keep their equipment serviceable during one of the harshest periods in human history. If you found this guide valuable, make sure you subscribe to the Prepper Historian, share this with a fellow history buff, and keep digging for the forgotten wisdom that still works today.